Hey guys, we have reached session 8, which means we are closer to the end than we are to the beginning. So kudos to you for making it this far. The concepts that we are talking about this week are overcoming and developing. So what does that mean? Let's dive into the text and figure that out for us. You're going to spend some time in 2 different chapters for session 8. A few pages in chapter 3 and the latter half of chapter 4. So get into those particular chapters. Chapter 3's reading section really focuses on overcoming particular barriers that we might face in regards to diversity. And then the chapter 4 portion focuses on developing our diversity consciousness, and your assignments will correlate with those activities. So let's dive into those assignments for this week. So the first assignment that you'll see is a concept map. So the 6 areas of development concept map will be your first assignment. When you click on the actual link, you are going to see a directions paper. So this is a little bit different than what you have been doing thus far in the course. You're typically used to making a copy and then typing into a document, but that's not how this assignment works. This that you see are just the directions for the concept map that you are making. And so you don't have to make a copy of this. You can just read through it. So what you are going to do is paying attention to figure 4.2 in your text. That will be on the very top of page 101. You are going to see sort of the beginnings of a concept map on page 101 in figure 4.2. And what you're going to do is you're going to recreate that map and then add an additional outside layer to that map as you are further explaining each of the 6 areas that you'll see in that concept map. So if you feel lost right now, flip to that in your textbook and then you'll see what I'm talking about. So you'll need to read about the development of diversity consciousness in those 100 through 120. And you will read one section. So this is how I would certainly suggest. Focus on one section. So examining ourselves and our worlds. Read or reread 101 through 104 and only focus on the section examining ourselves and our worlds. And then you'll take that information and add to that additional bubble. So you'll have items coming off of the examining ourselves and our worlds bubble further explaining what that means. And you're going to know what that means because you're going to read that particular section. And you can do this 1,000 different ways depending upon how your brain processes information. You can read and then reread, or you can read and take notes and then go back and make your concept map. However you want to do this, be as creative as possible when you are making this concept map. I do want you to use color and graphics that relate to the content that you are adding. And I want this to be fun for you. So what you're going to see at the bottom of this direction paper are actual examples of concept maps. Some people call them mind maps. Those are just some examples that you can see what we're kind of going for here. These are not actual examples of a particular map you're making, but they are examples of particular concept maps. So if you're really confused, you might want to Google the term concept map or mind map to see additional ideas. You can, if you're a auditory learner, you might want to YouTube some how-to videos, how to create a concept map. There are also a lot of free programs out there that assist you with building the map, and I'm okay if you want to use those programs, but if you want to do something in Google Docs or Word to create your map, that's fine as well. I will just say that if you use an online program to create this assignment, make sure that you screenshot your final assignment and download it and save it somewhere, because I have had students go into these free programs and make their map, but then they can't access it again, or the link to it expires within a certain amount of time. So just make sure that if you use a free program, you go and figure out how to save that somewhere on your device. So if we have issues accessing it, we will be able to access it and your work will not be counted late. So when you are ready to submit that concept map, of course, you'll have a submission box on your screen instead of what you see on mine. However, let me tell you, I do not accept links for this assignment. This needs to be a file, and it's going to be a file of your concept map. So please do not submit a link to me. Links don't work like that for this assignment. I've had students submit those things in the past. It just doesn't work. So submit an actual file, and when I open the file, I should be able to see your concept map. All right. Once you're finished with that concept map, you are going to complete the Overcoming Journal. So this is going to take you back into the Chapter 3 portion of this week. So you're going to go back and reread sections or pages, 83 through 88. Within those 5 pages are 11 strategies that will help you overcome those diversity barriers that you may face. After you reread those, you are going to follow the directions on the formatting, which means you're going to copy the format I have created for you between the dotted lines. Start or edit my journal entry, paste into your entry box. All right, so here we have 1, 2, and 3. There are 3 questions here, which means your response will be 3 different paragraphs: a paragraph response for number 1, a paragraph response for number 2, and a paragraph response for number 3. And these responses are in direct correlation to what you read in pages 83 through 88. They are asking you to go back into those strategies and kind of pull some things out. When you are finished with those 3 paragraph responses, please make sure that you go in and change the font on what you have typed in. That way, that tricks your eyes into seeing easily and quickly what you have contributed versus what was my formatting. Once you're done with that, you'll click that blue Save Changes button, and that will be the end of all the work you have to do in session 8. You guys are doing a phenomenal job thus far in the semester, so I assume that will continue. But please know that if you need me or you have questions or concerns, I'm only an email away.